There's one great place called Kakamega Forest. Kakamega Forest is a very unique forest. When you take the map of Kenya, it's towards western side. It actually sits in Western Province. And Kakamega Forest is a remnant of some of the forests that you see in Congo and in Central Africa. And it holds some of the best birdwatching possible in Kenya. So Kakamega is obviously a place that I really love. Now, obviously, when you're leaving from Nairobi, there are several possibilities within Kakamega. It's a large forest. One very popular route is one which takes you through Kisumu, and just before Kakamega town, you make a right turn towards the Rondo Retreat Center, and it's tarmac road. The very last couple of kilometers are dirt road, but any small car could get there. So that whole area where you get the forest station, Kakamega Forest Station, and around the retreat center, and the road proceeds on, so you could actually cross into Nandi County through the main road between Shinyalu, going all the way into Nandi County. That whole forest area has some unbelievable bird life that is resident in Kenya. While at Rondo, there's two rivers that are quite interesting. There's a river called Yala River, and there's another river called Ikoyua River. So Yala River needs a bit of a hike. Very few people get there, or it's just hikers that actually normally do that route. And then there is a Ikoyua River, which is on the main road. So you could park your car at Ikoyua and just generally bird around that place. There are many routes which pass in between. So obviously, if you get a guide at Kakamega Forest Station, you could be able to explore the forest at depth. But anywhere within that main forest area is an amazing place. The other way in which you can get to Kakamega Forest is past Kakamega town and taking the way to Bungoma. There is the bit of the forest that is controlled by Kenya Wildlife Services, which has on the map it would be showing as Udo Bandas and campsite, and that whole space as well has some excellent hiking trails and presents some really amazing wildlife as well. So the sounds of the forest are actually incredible. When you wake up, the either the Elodopsis that you're going to hear, or the white eyes that you're going to hear, the chorus is just unbelievable. So Kakamega Forest is a tropical forest, as I've said, within Kakamega County in Kenya. And it's one of the last remnants of the Guinea-Congolian rainforest that once stretched across the continent. It has amazing biodiversity and holding all manner of plant, animal species. Actually, one of the things that I really like is looking at all the different mushrooms that are in that forest. And it's home to several hundred species of birds, 300 species of butterflies, and loads of mammal species, including colobus monkeys and baboons. So as you're in the forest, different butterflies, blue, brown, all types of butterflies just move with you and walk with you in the most incredible kind of way. And birds singing. And it's actually quite an important conservation area. Kakamega Forest is. And as I said, apart from the swallowtails, monarchs, emperors, skippers, just being within Kakamega Forest is truly nice. So it's a considerably important biodiversity hotspot. And you have to go to Kakamega Forest a number of times to take off some of the species of birds that could be of interest to you. And over time, I've managed to take off quite a number and photograph quite a number. But a few still remain that needed me to go and get. This particular time, mission number 1, get a photo of the gray-chested babbler, Kakamega poliothorax. The next day, dedicated it for the main project, which was the gray-chested babbler. And we went down to Ikoyu area and parked the car and kind of testing whether the speakers were working, played a call of the gray-chested babbler. And you wouldn't believe it. It literally applied like 100 meters away from the car. And then became the more difficult part of the mission, which was to take a photo of the babbler. And after dashing from, because anytime we played its own call, we recorded its own call and kind of just played it. So anytime we played it, it came nearby but kept really hidden in the bushes, and we kept, almost 3 attempts going to the road on one side, crossing the road on the other, and then like, we'll never be able to get a photo of this. So the idea occurred to us to get into a thicket somewhere and kind of just sit there, play the call very softly and just wait and see what happens. So 20-30 minutes later, I see a shaft almost like a mouse in the litter in the forest, and coming all the way to almost 3 feet from me were gray-chested babbler. Now the trouble was I had a long lens, 100 to 400 millimeter lens, and I had a very close bird. So the trouble was, how do you focus and change all your settings pretty quick and be able to get a photo? So that was one of the most incredible moments for me, photographing a bird that most people have really never seen, kind of just here. And these are some of the photos that I was able to take on that day. I'm kicking myself because I should have carried my GoPro, my DJI, and kind of just set it up there. I was literally hanging out with the bird for as many as 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So mission accomplished. That was really nice. Now, the great-chested babbler is one of those mythical birds that you hear. No one ever gets a good photo of it, and just some dirty photos. And obviously, when scientists put a net, you're able to get it and have a look at it. But I wanted a field photo of the great-chested babbler, great-chested Eladopsis, also called Kakamega, and mythical in quite a lot of ways. So you hear it, sometimes you hear it scratch, but you're never really sure.
Pachalal kamulo dende tunyawe wololo tunyawe kachi obute ni pachalal kamulo dende tunyawe wololo tunyawe kachi obute pachalal kamulo dende tunyawe wololo tunyawe kachi obute ni pachalal kamulo dende.
What insect is it?
Sorry?
Insect.
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 This one here.
Yeah, for the children. It's a traditional food in some of the African communities, and even guys in which forest were we in Kenya? They take that fake banana thing that comes out. They chop it, dry it, then grind it like the way you dry cassava. And it's a meal. No one takes insect in Kenya.
This is the forest this is the forest.
Even guasi. They just with guasi and it's eaten as well.
Insect, false banana. That's interesting. So there are people who probably already have it as a decoration in their gardens.
In the Kakamega forest, we have 5 different species of primates. We get the red-tailed monkeys. There is the common black and white colobus monkeys. We have the blue monkeys. We also get olive baboons, and there is a species of monkey that's only active at night, which we call the periodic passport.
Thank you.
So on sometime in October of 2023, I went down to Kakamega, and apart from the big mission of getting the great-chested babbler, Kakamega, I also just wanted to enjoy bird watching around there. So I went with Rachel, who's my great supporter on this, and we spent at the facilities inside Kakamega Forest, which are superb, and just walking around the gardens, listening to emerald cuckoos, yellow-billed barbets, yellow-rumped tinkerbirds, yellow-spotted barbets. My first views of southern Heliota, greenback twin spots, gray-headed negro-finch. I mean, it was quite nice. So we had so much fun, and the first day decided to go down one of the hiking trails and kind of just do a bit of scouting. And as I said earlier, the bird life is just unbelievable. I mean, some of those lists, the trail that we took was the Yala River Trail. I managed very decent views of black-billed turaco, somewhere quite far in the distance, we could hear a red-chested owlet. I mean, some of the birds that I'm mentioning here, birds that any average bird watcher would be dying to see. Blue-headed bee-eater, hairy-breasted barbets, least honeyguides, and then somewhere in the middle of the trail, there was the African broadbill, which is always quite nice to watch. It perches in a place, goes round almost in a semicircle, produces sound with the wings, which is really nice. The waterlie is just continuously singing. Gemstone's waterlie, brown-throated waterlie, yellow-bellied waterlie, which is pure pleasure to watch. Black-collared apalis, banded premium, different green bulls. I mean, in that particular trail, there were 71 different birds, of which at least 60 you just don't get anywhere. White-spotted flufftail, you just don't get anywhere within Kenya easily. So that was truly beautiful.